Hey, what's up, y'all? I just want to give my opinion of the Puffy situation, the P. Diddy situation. Um, when it comes to that situation, in my opinion, I honestly feel like the stuff that he's been accused of doing, I don't agree with it, but the whole industry does that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is the same energy people have for Puffy and R. Kelly and all them. Just remember that all them white execs that run the record labels and all that shit, politicians and presidents and senators and all this shit, they be all on the same shit, man. I honestly feel like when it comes to human civilization always starts off with a closeness to God. And as civilization advances, as people, start trusting more in science, we get further away from God. You know what I'm saying? And even if you read the Bible or whatever, it was like that in the Bible. People, it was Adam and Eve, they was talking to God or whatever. And, as time went on, it got to a point where, it's just, you had cities that was rampant with homosexuality. But in the beginning, it wasn't none of that. And then it got to a point where the further people got away from God, the more sexual deviant people became. And to a point where Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. So in America, it's the same thing. Like at one time in this country was, even though it always was bullshit, because, the country was built off of the backs of slaves. So it was built fucked up. After the land was stolen, you know what I'm saying? Then the country was built on stolen land through slavery. So all that shit was fucked up, but it was supposed to been under God in terms of, when you say like Pledge Allegiance and all that shit, it was God in the country. And God we trust and one nation under God and all that type of shit. But as society advances, we get to the point where we're further away from God than we've been probably since the existence of this country as a whole. And like I said, the more we get away from God, the more sexual deviant we become. And it's like everything is based off of what you're willing to do sexually when it comes to a lot of them celebrities and people coming up. So, I'm not defending Puffy, cause I was never really, I respected Puffy's grind and the record label and all that, but I was never a Puffy fan, you know what I'm saying? I was a Tupac fan. So I chose sides back in 96, 95, 96. Whenever Hit 'Em Up came out, that's when I chose sides, 96, so. Yeah, but at the same time, it's crazy how, Puffy get these allegations and then it's like the whole world coming down. You got all these black people talking negative and saying all this, you know what I'm saying? When, it's other motherfuckers too, man. Like, don't act like Puffy is the big bad wolf. Understand this, man. Anything Puffy was doing, it never was a secret. So don't act all, you shocked now. Just like with the R. Kelly thing, man. When R. Kelly was doing what he was doing, like when he was messing with Aaliyah, what year was that, man? I was a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? When he was messing with Aaliyah, was that like 97, 98? Some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I was a teenager. I knew at that time that Aaliyah was a minor and R. Kelly was a grown-ass man and he shouldn't be fucking with her. If I knew that as a kid, of course all the adults knew it. Everybody that was around R. Kelly knew it. Everybody that was around Aaliyah knew it. Nobody gave a fuck back then. All these people that so, you know, act like, oh, he the worst motherfucker, which I don't agree with. R. Kelly is one of the lowest of the low, cause something wrong with the man where he's attracted to minors, so he need to be away from minors and be away from kids and all that shit. True indeed, but everybody was with that shit. Everybody knew about it. It was never a problem until years and years later, and then it became a problem, and everybody is so, you know what I'm saying, oh, they so shocked and they so appalled. But when he was making all that good music, y'all wasn't appalled. Y'all ain't give a fuck, and y'all was celebrating and dancing to that shit. So just like with Puffy, man, we've heard rumors of them parties forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever. We ain't just started. Jaguar Wright was talking about that shit years ago, and y'all was acting like she was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been hearing about this shit forever, man. Why is people acting so shocked now? You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. He been having these parties, and when you party, you ain't partying by yourself. So it was always groups of people that knew what was going down that was with this shit. Let me say this, man. I don't agree with none of that type of shit. I don't agree with, you know what I'm saying, people trying to come up in the industry, and you got people that's been heterosexual their whole life. And then because they want the fame, they want the money so bad that they end up getting propositioned, and they end up doing shit that if they was broke, they wouldn't be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Which in my opinion, it's weak of you to even do that. But with that being said, man, these are grown ass adults, man. If Puff Daddy want to party with Meek Mill and that helps Meek Mill get more money, if Puff Daddy want to play in French Montana ass, you know what I'm saying? If Puff Daddy want to, you know what I'm saying, let niggas play in his ass and got motherfuckers sucking his dick, if he want his girl to get slutted out by 20 motherfuckers and he watched that shit, and if Puff Daddy want to do all the freak nasty shit in the world, he want to live his life as a polyamorous swinger. If that's what he want to do, how the fuck is that against the law? We might not agree with it, but hey, if a nigga sucking Puffy dick, he then put a gun to the nigga head and make the nigga put his joint in his mouth. Like Cat Williams said on Club Shay Shay, you have to tell Puffy no. I don't hear no stories where they saying Puffy like, man, come party with me. The motherfucker was like, nah, and then Puffy beat the shit out the nigga and then raped the motherfucker and took their, I don't hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? All these people in the industry know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And people move out to California with the thoughts that they're willing to do whatever it takes to get that fame. And definitely a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? They willing to do whatever. So don't be willing to do whatever, and then years go past and you might not have reached a plateau that you wanted to reach, and now you want to sue a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with all that shit they doing, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, they making black culture soft. You know what I'm saying? Like all these youngers that's being raised by these single mothers, like a lot of these youngers sassy, like they mannerisms, how they talk, you know what I'm saying? They sassy. They sound like they mothers, like they hood mothers, you know what I'm saying? And so I ain't with all that shit. Like, I don't think that Puffy in a position that he in, I don't think he should use his power and his influence to take advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? And be fucking them dudes and all that shit, knowing that if it wasn't about that money, they probably wouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's stories where, you know, they talk about they be having little motherfuckers be and this might not have anything to do with Puffy, but I heard stories where a motherfucker might be an up and coming person. He get around the motherfuckers that he's trying to get to put them on, and they slip shit in your drink. You be passed out, and while you passed out, they fucking you in your ass. Then they recording this shit, and then, you know, you wake up, and then they got the video playing, of you getting fucked in your ass. And they like, yeah, we're gonna let the world know, you know what I'm saying, if you don't, you know. Like, yeah, that shit crazy. Like, they be holding shit like that over people's heads, man. You gotta stay strong, man. And honestly, like any of them celebrities, man, like outside of like, even with the sports people, but I think in the sports industry, it's more your talent. It ain't about, you know, you walking through doors and shit. It's about your talent and nepotism, but it's more about your talent. But when it kind of like Hollywood and music and all that shit, yeah, man, a lot of them people's doing all type of wild shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And also understand this, like I said, man, we been hearing rumors about Puffy's parties for years, right? Years. Why all of a sudden now it's an issue? And why the fuck is black people so celebratory of this black man? You know what I'm saying? Like, being, I don't hear the criminal charges, man. Basically, he just a big ass freak. And then y'all acting like y'all want this nigga to go to jail for being a freak. And a lot of the people that's criticizing him, y'all some freaks too. If a motherfucker pulled the skeletons out y'all closets, yeah, y'all done did some wild shit too, man. Without millions of dollars being involved. You hear me? Yeah. So another thing I found out, you know, the distributor, you know, Puffy had Ciroc, you know, vodka. Puffy got De Leon, tequila. Those are his vodkas. He sued the distributor of his alcohol, a company called the DGO or some shit like that. I would have to look it up. But he sued the company. And what he said was he sued them for racism, saying that they wasn't really promoting his alcohol, his Ciroc and his De Leon like that because he's black. So it was like a lawsuit against him. And this shit happened last year. Last year. You know what I'm saying? So the people that he was suing, these people distribute like all the major brand liquors. You know what I'm saying? These are rich, powerful people. So they basically blackballed Puffy from the liquor industry. They said that he couldn't even go to meetings about his own liquor, about Ciroc. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't meet up with the other people, like the distributors and shit and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't even meet with these motherfuckers. So eventually, you know what I'm saying, I guess they had some type of agreement where Puffy took back his lawsuit, but with taking back his lawsuit, he gave up Ciroc. He gave up De Leon. P. Diddy no longer owns Ciroc or De Leon. He now has nothing to do with that shit anymore. P. Diddy has nothing to do with them alcohols anymore. And then after that situation, now all of a sudden, all of his skeletons start coming out the closet. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not trying to really hop on P. Diddy, because in my opinion, just like, you know, I watched some Tariq Nasheed videos and he was saying the same shit. Then I looked up some shit and researched some shit. And it seems like, I think they came to the agreement like October of last year. So it seemed like Puffy been had all these skeletons in the closet for years. And you been had people like Jaguar Wright exposing them. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody took that shit serious. Once he challenged them rich Europeans on that vodka, on that alcohol, once he challenged them, then all his skeletons came out. Then he get blackballed from his alcohol. Now all the freak shit he done did and came out. Now Cassie, she done said whatever the fuck she's saying. Now everybody else trying, and everybody is piling up on this black man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. Just had that same energy for them other motherfuckers that's doing the same shit. It's other motherfuckers that's richer than him that's doing all that freak shit too. But in America, it's not a crime to be freaky, man, as long as you got consenting adults. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to party with Puff and he flirting with Fabulous, talking to Fabulous like he a bitch on Drink Champs, like he a girl, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, him and Meek Mill got whatever going on. Hey, if they want to do that, they are adults, bruh. It's not a crime. It's not a crime, man. And that's just what it is, man. But I don't agree with that shit. I don't agree with none of that shit. You think Puffy the only one doing that? You think motherfucking actors and actresses, or, you know, actors, we're going to talk about all of them. We're going to, you know, women and men, actors. You don't think, you know, you heard about them casting couch rumors? You know, you want a role or something, you know, you go sit on that casting couch and you're going to have to do something for it. That shit been going on for decades, probably for centuries. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that been going on for centuries, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that happens at small scale. That shit happens so much that me as a maintenance technician, I have to take sexual harassment classes like three times a year. We take them classes. Where they talk, that shit is considered quid, what they call that shit? Quid pro quo, quid quo, squid quo pro, quid pro quo, some shit like that, have you said, where you use your position to, you know, get sexual favors. Like, yeah, you know, I'm your supervisor, man. You want this promotion, or, you know, yeah, man, let's go out to eat, you know what I'm saying, so we could talk about this promotion I'm trying to give you. Or let's have a dinner or something so we could talk. Let's get us a couple of drinks and let's talk about this promotion. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this extra money I'm trying to put in your pocket. Like, come on, let's go out and take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever happens, happens. Like, shit like that been going on. But that is considered sexual harassment when you use your power like that. You know what I'm saying? Now in the music industry, I don't see that, man. I don't know. I ain't saying him being charged with sexual harassment. I don't even know what the fuck he being charged with. They just basically saying he do a lot of freaky shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is. That's my opinion, man. I feel like I don't support none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But as a grown man, he could do what he wanna do, man. Like, if that's what he wanna do as a grown man, he could do that shit. And that's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to jail because, nigga, it's probably millions of homosexuals in this country. It's probably it's a whole bunch of men sucking dick in this country. They not going to jail, so why Puffy gotta go to jail for that shit? Make that shit make sense, man. Y'all let them white motherfuckers make you as a black person. Y'all allow the media to dictate and control your emotions, man. The media will make you mad as shit at a person you never seen before in your life, in real life. A person you never talked to, don't know nothing about, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the media will make you have a strong ass opinion about an individual you never fucking met. That shit is crazy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Without allegation. Now I can see, you know, the media, a motherfucker get caught like the nigga in New York stabbed the twins and killed that girl. Man, yeah, fuck that nigga. He deserved everything he get, man. He should get 100 years in prison. And the whole time he locked up, he should be getting fucked in his ass and getting knives put in him and getting his commissary token. Oh, he deserved that. So, yeah, shit like that. But when you got a motherfucker that's worth $500 million and he's been looking out for motherfuckers forever, and then, you know, you hear rumors, but it's no proof behind this shit. And then they come out and say, oh, yeah, he's sexual allegations and all this. And then everybody just, yeah, he need to go to, and everybody all of a sudden just hate the man. You know, people that used to dance to his music and celebrate him, now y'all hate him because the white people told you to. You know what I'm saying? Because he freaked out. I thought we was supposed to be all about acceptance and accepting every motherfucking thing. People pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Y'all being controlled by the media, man. Stop letting the media manipulate you, man. Real talk, man. But all right, y'all.